surprise, the WNBA has released the schedules. I just dropped a video where Breanna Stewart sure did sound like maybe the players union and the players might be getting a little chinks in the armor, cracks in the foundation of their group, their social group, trying to get their brave, stunning, and courageous demands met in the CBA, and the WNBA dropped the...
That moment alone explains everything that just unfolded. On Wednesday, the WNBA officially released its complete 2025 schedule, and this wasn't some routine calendar update. This was a carefully planned power move by Adam Silver and the league office. At a time when players are still negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement, with no deal finalized and a potential work stoppage still on the table, the league went ahead and locked in the dates. Opening night on May 8th. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever hosting Paige Buchers and the Dallas Wings. All-Star Weekend set for July 25th. A World Cup break scheduled for September. Playoffs beginning September 27th. Fans immediately started marking calendars, buying tickets, and arranging travel. And just like that, the pressure shifted away from the league.
And I like it. I gotta be honest. You get the fans excited, it puts the target right back on the players. Oh, you better sign this thing. Y'all need to sign this so we can get to this schedule and get to playing. Guys, last year sucked. Let's just keep it real. It sucked. Caitlin Clark was hurt. That was not what we signed.
Exactly, and this is where the timing becomes crucial. Most people aren't fully grasping why the league chose this exact moment. Just days earlier, Breanna Stewart made comments that hinted at growing tension within the players' union. The union has been pushing aggressively, trying to maintain leverage and keep players aligned behind one message. Then the league drops the schedule and ignites fan excitement. Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky in June. Back-to-back matchups against the New York Liberty. The Portland expansion team making its debut on May 30th. Every matchup fans have been waiting for since last season ended is suddenly real. And that changes everything for the players. Before the schedule release, discussions were abstract, revenue splits, season-length debates, charter flights. Now it's personal. Fans know exactly when they'll see Caitlin Clark, when Angel Reese comes to town, and when long-awaited rematches happen.
Let's start here. Erica F455 posted this. Go follow. This is the new State Farm.
Where's Caitlin? Where's Caitlin Clark?
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks, Jake.
State Farm with the assist.
All right. New State Farm commercial. WNBA released a statement, folks. Released a statement. WNBA slated to tip off the 30th season Friday, May 8th. With the WNBA tip-off presented by CarMax.
That's the brilliance behind this strategy. The league already had public opinion slowly moving in its favor. When details of the proposed CBA leaked, showing significant salary increases, improved travel standards, and better revenue sharing, many casual fans felt the offer looked generous. Hardcore WNBA supporters understood the complexity and why players were pushing for more, but the massive wave of new fans brought in by Caitlin Clark last season saw doubled salaries and wondered why negotiations were stalled. The league already had momentum. Releasing the schedule didn't just preserve it, it supercharged it. Casual interest turned into real anticipation. Fans started talking about the June 11th Fever Sky game, requesting time off for playoff dates, and planning their lives around the season.
They're not going to do that this year. Why are they not going to do it this year? It's simple. The World Cup. That's going to be your extra Caitlin Clark for the year. WNBA released the schedule for the 2026 season Wednesday despite the league and union remaining at odds over the new CBA. The 30th season will feature 44 games tipping off May 8th, concluding September 24th, though a work stoppage could delay.
There's also a reason this particular schedule holds so much value. Last season was supposed to mark a turning point for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's rookie year drove record-breaking viewership, packed arenas, and doubled attendance in multiple markets. The Indiana Fever went from half-empty crowds to sellouts everywhere. Then came the injury. That eye injury during the playoffs clearly affected Clark's vision, and it wasn't the ending fans wanted. But 2025 brings a different storyline because of the FIBA World Cup. Instead of expanding to a longer 50-game season, the league is sticking with 44 games due to the 18-day World Cup break from September 4th to 13th in Berlin, Germany. Fans get Caitlin Clark for a full WNBA season, and then they get her representing Team USA on the global stage. That's not just more exposure, it's a higher stakes narrative, and the league knows exactly why they revealed these dates now.
Have it. The 2026 schedule is not anticipated to increase from 44 games because of the anticipated 18-day mid-season interruption for the FIBA World Cup. I got to be honest, I am fired up for the FIBA World Cup. I am. The tournament will take place in Berlin, Germany, September 4th through the 13th. We still don't know the television partner on that. I think it's going to be NBC Sports / USA Network, but I don't know for sure.
Here's where the strategy goes even deeper. Along with the schedule, the league released a statement saying the timing was necessary so teams, partners, broadcasters, and fans could begin essential planning. On the surface, it sounds like standard corporate language. But beneath that is real pressure. Broadcasters and sponsors needed dates, but so did arena operators. These venues don't survive on WNBA games alone. They host concerts, conventions, and other major events year-round. Without a finalized CBA, arenas were starting to consider filling those open dates with guaranteed revenue events. By releasing the schedule, the league locked in those venues. And in doing so, it created another layer of expectation. Now it's not just fans waiting for these games, it's arenas holding dates, broadcasters scheduling coverage, and sponsors planning campaigns around matchups that everyone expects to happen.
And let's see, a home game, Thursday, June 11th, against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. So that would be the next one. By the way, Portland is May 30th, the expansion team, okay? And that is in Portland. And this is posted. Also, they posted a company video that I am not watching. We're not sitting through that. I'm not sitting through that. I already sat through it once. I mean, yeah, it's hilarious because, look, the NFL puts out these elaborate videos on their schedule release show. And every team does these really unique individual videos. Somebody's kindergartner did this one for the Indiana Fever. I'm going to be honest, they're getting what I like to call destructed. All right? Yeah. In the comment section by the kindergarten act.
The Indiana Fever schedule release video also deserves attention, even if for very different reasons. In the NFL, schedule releases have become full-scale events. Teams produce high-quality creative videos with strong concepts, celebrity appearances, and cinematic production. It's now part of the entertainment experience for fans. But when you look at what the Fever released, it feels completely disconnected from that standard. Basic visuals, low effort, and minimal creativity, nothing that reflects the energy and importance of what this team represents right now. And that matters, because it exposes where the WNBA still is as a league in terms of presentation. This is the Indiana Fever, The franchise that drove the biggest ratings jump in league history, sold out arenas nationwide, and features the biggest star in women's basketball, yet their schedule announcement felt like an afterthought. It highlights how the league is still adjusting to the expectations of its rapidly growing audience. But visuals aside, the real story is the schedule itself. And when you study the key matchups, the strategy becomes obvious. May 9th, Dallas at New York. Likely Paige Bucher's debut at Madison Square Garden if she goes first overall.
Anyway, that's brilliant. I'm not sure anybody else is thinking about that from this angle, that this puts a ton of pressure on the players now. The fans are fired up. The fans are ready to watch you play. The fans now have their dates. They're now circling calendars. I just gave you key games. Y'all better sign that deal and get your butts on the court, play some basketball. Plain and simple. It's time to go to work.
Twice, the rematch everyone has been waiting for after last year's playoff series. June 11th, Chicago at Indiana. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, a game that will almost certainly become the highest-rated regular season matchup of the year. These dates aren't random. This is intentional programming designed to maximize ratings, attendance, and sponsor value. And by releasing them before the CBA is finalized, the league is sending a clear message to the players. Look at what's waiting, and look at what's at risk if these negotiations fall apart. 7. Rewritten. Now let's put this into perspective from a negotiation standpoint. The league and the players' union have been locked in a CBA dispute for weeks. The union is pushing for higher revenue sharing, immediate guarantees of 50-game seasons, and stronger long-term structural improvements. The league argues it's already offering historic financial increases, needs flexibility in scheduling, and must move gradually due to business realities. In the middle of this standoff, with no agreement signed and a possible work stoppage still looming, the league releases the full schedule. That's not coincidence. That's strategy. This move is designed to shift leverage. Before the schedule drop, if negotiations collapsed and games were delayed, fans would likely blame both sides equally, seeing it as another labor dispute. But now, fans know exactly what they're losing. They know the specific games, the exact dates, the matchups they were excited for. And psychologically, that changes everything. People will direct blame toward whoever they believe is being unreasonable. The league has already positioned itself as the reasonable side by allowing details of its offer to become public: salary increases, better conditions, improved benefits. Many fans saw that and thought it sounded fair. So if the union holds out after fans have made plans, circled dates, and bought tickets, the backlash will fall primarily on the players. That's leverage. That's public pressure being used to influence private negotiations. And this is classic Adam Silver strategy. Modern labor negotiations aren't just about contracts. They're about narrative control, perception management, and shaping public opinion. The union now faces a reality that didn't exist a week ago. If they push too hard, they're not just pushing against the league. They're pushing against fans, arenas, broadcasters, sponsors, and the entire ecosystem that's now invested in these dates. Media coverage will intensify it even more. Any comment from a player suggesting willingness to delay the season will be amplified across sports media, radio, and social platforms. Meanwhile, the league will appear stable and reasonable, armed with its schedule and leaked offer details. That's a powerful negotiating position. This doesn't mean the players' demands are wrong. Their concerns about long-term revenue sharing, fair compensation, and sustainable growth are legitimate. But the schedule release has changed the tactical landscape. Dragging this out risks damaging player goodwill, especially the emotional connection fans have built with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The WNBA's recent growth wasn't just about basketball. It was about relationships, storylines, and fan loyalty. If negotiations turn into a public battle, that connection takes damage that's hard to repair. In reality, this schedule release was a strategic masterstroke. The league didn't just announce dates, it created pressure. It turned fans into stakeholders. It shifted the narrative from, is the league paying fairly? To, will the players sign so the season can happen? That's why this matters. This isn't administration, it's strategy. The WNBA office just played chess while everyone else was playing checkers. And now the union must decide whether to adapt to this new reality or risk the backlash that comes with delaying a season fans are already planning their lives around.